There's the live stream.
It's up. Are we up and going?
We're up and going.
Period.
Just gonna go ahead and throw a like in there.
Yeah. Throw a subscribe in there.
I'm already subscribed.
I know. Well, this isn't the Jenna Julian podcast, so if you're expecting music, I don't know who lied to you, but it wasn't me. Lower your expectations.
Okay.
Speaking of low expectations. Okay, so today, just like on all of our impromptu podcasts, we're just going to talk about YouTube mess, random YouTube mess. And there's just been a few things that I have seen and Nerding Class has seen in the last couple of weeks that just...
It's a dumpster fire.
just butters my cupcakes, you know what I mean?
Just really grinds them gears.
Right, just oils my pan. Okay, so do you want to go first?
I guess the first one would have to be that vegan teacher and Gordon Ramsay responding to her on TikTok by eating a burger.
I just get this amazing satisfaction out of watching people get their asses handed to them.
Especially by Gordon Ramsay. Like, he called her a donut and everything, and it was great.
But donuts aren't vegan.
Some are. You can make them with water, I guess.
Well, I mean, so... I'm pretty sure he was calling her a non-vegan donut, considering how, like, he ate that fucking hamburger. Oh my god.
Oh, I love Gordon Ramsay so much.
Like, I've followed Gordon Ramsay since, like, Kitchen Nightmares and Hotel Hell, and that shit was so funny. I watch that stuff all the time. And I don't understand why you thought... Honestly, the only thing I can compare this to, and I know I'm about to make everybody very mad. The only thing I can compare this to is Jake Paul bothering Conor McGregor. Why are you doing it?
I don't know.
Like, why? Why did you do that?
For clout, and then you just...
He's gonna kill you, and everybody is gonna be happy.
Yeah. A lot of people didn't complain, and actually, like, were just like, oh my god, this is the only reaction that I will accept, because I saw those comment sections. I can try and pull up the TikTok and try and find it.
Oh my god. Eating meat is not okay, Gordon Ramsay. I don't get it. Okay, so for people who don't know, Vegan Teacher is a TikToker. She is actually, I think I can bring a picture up. Let me...
If you screen share, yeah, you can bring up a picture of her.
Oh, Lord. Let me see. Do I have to have the window open? Like the Google window? It's been a long time, okay? Leave me alone.
I just know you can share your screen.
I don't want to share my screen. I'm trying to... I don't know what I be doing. I'm not trying to share my screen. Wait a minute. I thought I could just, like, put the picture up there. She'll be in the thumbnail. Oh my god. Now I'm just moving everything else. I'm just moving everything else now. Don't let me do this anymore.
I'll share my screen. I don't have anything damning on here. Can you see it all right?
I see. Wait. I think I gotta. Oh my god! Look. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Haha. I know how to do things.
I'm the one really doing everything right here. There's her eating some lettuce. I wanted
my
to put that in the
God.
thumbnail, but
She's a mess.
She really is, though. I'm trying to find
Okay.
one with the Gordon Ramsay.
Well, let's explain who Vegan Teacher is. So Vegan Teacher is a TikToker who if you can't tell, feels a special feeling when it comes to veganism. And so she in all honesty, if I'm being honest, I can't stand her. Vegan Teacher has compared veganism to apparently vegans are a marginalized community compared to the Black Lives Matter movement and gay pride.
I will say this, though, even though what I personally think she's just trying too many, she's just trying to get on everyone's For You page on TikTok to spread the message about veganism. And it's working, because I find her on my For You page under the stuff that's like tagged for Gordon Ramsay or the LGBT. So what she is doing, like, it's annoying, but like
She's
it's
being
working.
smart, but she's marketing. She's being smart, but like she's just
Annoying.
She's just absolutely annoying.
And like, at least she's not nearly as bad as Freely the Banana Girl, you know? Because like, Freely's over here like,
don't say her name more than 3 times because she'll be summoned. You'll summon her.
The Frugivore or whatever she goes by now. She's at least the vegan teacher's not preaching fasting and only eating 50 pounds of bananas a day.
Yeah, she's only saying that Black people should understand how animals feel and they should be vegan. That's all she has to say. That's all she's saying, guys.
That's all she's saying.
My fellow Black Americans, we should know how animals feel.
I can't say anything.
We should all be vegan.
I can't say anything regarding that. That's you, not me. I'm not gonna talk on issues I don't know.
That's what she said. She literally compared Black people to animals, and everybody was just like, "Wow, go on, sis."
I know she did it for gay.
She makes me want to eat a 10-piece chicken nugget.
I mean, if you want me to DoorDash you some, I will.
Period.
Oh, wait.
Bring on the nuggies.
Nothing's probably open right now because curfew.
Oh, right, because we're still in COVID.
Yeah. I'll do it in the morning.
That's hilarious, honestly. Oh my gosh. I can't stand people who try to just put their foot into something that just is just not for them.
Right.
It's just like she made a video about like Black Lives Matter. I cried when George Floyd died.
Who let this boomer on TikTok?
I stop letting old people do things.
Unless they're Gordon Ramsay, they're not allowed. Stop it.
Literally.
Even
she
Gordon
made this
Ramsay's
video talking about George Floyd, and then and Black Lives Matter, and then been like, oh, well, I understand how you feel because vegan lives matter and veganism, and it's so hard to be vegan and it's so hard to come out as vegan. Like,
Vegans are like white Karens. They turn themselves into the victim constantly. Not everyone, but the ones that get attention do. Not every vegan is like that. And I realize this, but it's the ones that get attention on social media that are essentially white Karens.
we need to start treating Karens like we treated that Karen. Oh my gosh, what's usually they have like some short stupid name, but like the Karen, oh god. Basically, there is this, I forgot if he's like a music producer, music director, or whatever, and he was out with his son and his family. He and his family are African American, and this 20-some-year-old woman attacks this, I think it was 14-year-old boy, and told the hotel staff that they were staying at that he had stole her phone. Mind you, she wasn't even staying at that hotel.
Jesus.
They were staying at the hotel. She was a random white woman who wasn't even staying at the hotel, and the manager supported her. And she physically attacked him. And but here's the part that we all love to hear. They took it to Twitter, and Twitter did that thing that Twitter does, and they found the woman, and she ended up having to go on TV, and she was being interviewed. I honestly want that. That's how we need to treat Karens from now on. We find them and we shame them forever.
Yes, them and their stupid haircuts.
Their haircuts. Oh my gosh.
It's the hair for me.
It's the hair for me.
It's the attitude for me.
It's the racism for me. The world is just such a fun place. But people are always, that was the point I was making, is people are always sticking their toe into places that just don't belong in. And her comparing veganism to like the loss of Black life and the danger of coming out as LGBTQI plus, comparing that to veganism, you're just, go eat a salad, go somewhere else. Do something else. Go march against like slaughterhouses. Like, that's something I can get behind. You know, if you want people,
slaughterhouses are horrible.
Literally, like, if you want people to care about you, you don't have to go that far. You don't have to go that far, and you don't have to do that much. All you had to do was be like, and PETA goes too far too. If you want people to care, first of all, you have to make yourself a person. You know, people depersonalize themselves, I feel like, when they do stuff like this. Vegan teacher is no longer a person. She is a meme. She is a meme. She's a meme. She's not a person. You know, if you come up to me and you're like, you know, this is really important to me, I'm vegan, and, you know, like, I think that everyone should be vegan if they can be, and this is how I did it, and I would be, you know, happy to help you or happy to teach you, or, you know, like, if you would to pour your heart out to me, like, this is veganism means so much to me, I would listen. I would take time to hear you, and I would listen. But you're not going to get that. So she's I mean, I don't know. She's old, so maybe she's just stupid. But
The boomer mentality.
maybe she just has boomer mentality. And honestly, it would not surprise me. But what I'm saying is, when you depersonalize yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you don't bring people in that way. As soon as you make yourself a meme or you turn yourself into like an entertainment, you don't bring in anyone that way. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, there are just ways. No, it's okay. There are just ways of doing things. That's all I'm saying. There are proper, respectful ways of doing things.
And like, I think the thing that a lot of these people that we see, the only reason we're seeing them is because of they're no longer personal with it. They're a meme, a joke, and it gets them exposed to a lot of people because we like to make fun of people like that. And granted,
That's how
it's
it
getting
works,
the
yeah.
exposure that they want, but it's not getting the proper attention. And not a lot of people are going to actually go through with veganism. If anything, it's pushing back veganism and wanting more animal rights back more than it is helping push it forward.
It's, you know, what it's doing is it's turning veganism into a meme again. Instead of it being something that's being taken seriously. Because you want to know what? There are struggles that vegans have to go through that I feel like are worth mentioning. Like, if you need to be vegan, you need to or want to be vegan, but you live in poverty, you know, you can't. And it's more about the food too that's accessible to people to eat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I personally, for me, I use Miracle noodles. Miracle noodles are a soy-based noodle. So, because I can't have too many carbs in my diet because of health restrictions, right?
Mm-hmm.
But those noodles are expensive.
Right, like healthy stuff and stuff that's good for you is way too much money. And that's really the issue that should be tackled rather than whether or not your favorite chef eats meat or prepares food with meat. It should be like actual issues that are happening.
It's no, and no one talks about that. So it's like, you know, like I said, like impoverished people. Oh, my screen went off.
Oh,
I guess I went in too hard. Impoverished people, you know, veganism is not only a choice, it's also necessary for some people. And you in a community, in a low income community, you cannot go to your local like Piggly Wiggly and pick up some tofu and whatever else, like meat meal replacement.
tofu
You know
is
what I mean?
expensive.
Tofu is expensive.
Like I've been trying to cut out meat from my diet purely for health reasons. Like I got lower my cholesterol and stuff like that. And so I went and looked for tofu, and that stuff's expensive.
It's expensive as shit. You know what I mean? Unless you live like next to a Whole Foods or a market that specializes in foreign foods, it's going to be very expensive, and that's not okay. That's a perfect point to make. That's something to make a video about. That's your lane to stay in, and she did not stay in her lane. Like, you are not being persecuted. Like, no one is looking for you and shooting you down on the ground. You know, you don't have to. I don't know. It's okay. Like, you only eat plant-based foods. You don't eat like. The whole topic just makes my brain melt out of my ear. The whole just the fact that I have to sit here and explain that's not okay is just ridiculous.
I see the comments, and yes, stuff like potatoes, rice, and beans are very cheap in markets and stuff like that, and that quality meats are more expensive. But also, if you want to get the proper protein in your diet and have like diabetes or something, you can't really have a lot of the fast sugars that are in fruits, and you can't have a lot of carbs like in
Yeah, you
potatoes
can't
and
eat
rice.
potatoes if you're diabetic, you cannot eat potatoes every day. Not even once every day. Depending on who you are, but like a potato is one of the highest has like the highest carb count of like a natural like grown food basically that doesn't have sugars in it like a fruit. Your doctors literally will tell you to stay away from it.
Yeah.
Stay away from that, stay away from corn. You know what I mean? Like it's not I'm just saying that's what people should be talking about. And I would have a conversation about that. I would love to have a conversation about that. You know, and a lot of the people who can't be vegan are in low income communities and low income communities of color. That's something to talk about. You know, that's a conversation to have, but you are not oppressed.
It's easy to get proteins if vegans have the lowest risk of diabetes. Yeah, that's true. But you have to like actually grow up vegan, because I know like for me, I'm already at a higher risk for diabetes and stuff like that. And I didn't grow up vegan and stuff like that, but I'd like to become like vegetarian and stuff like that to like lower my risk. Like it's very like I agree there are some stuff out there that is like cheap and stuff like that. But also if you want quality and like pesticides not used and stuff, the quality stuff is going to be more expensive, especially if you want um, to ensure that you're not having just like a bunch of pesticides in your diet. And yes, I realize washing fruit is a thing.
Also, I apologize for just now pinning your comment. I don't know what you expected when you came.
I mean, and it's not really just to call you out, it's to have a conversation, because that's the only reason like I've read your comments and stuff, because it like I genuinely would like to have a conversation about this stuff. It's not a disrespect thing.
I'd like to take a second actually to say what's up to everybody in the chat. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming out and supporting. Thank you for commenting and hanging out. Just getting set up here, so I apologize that you just got a hi from us, but we're out here and we see you guys out here and we appreciate it. All right, do you want to move on to the next topic that we had for today?
Oh, the fakery in YouTube friends. And yeah, veganism is a good thing, and I'm not against it. Like I said, I want to be vegetarian and stuff like that. And like, yeah, I understand that science supports it. It's just we're calling out the overwhelming people. Hold on.
Well, while they have a hiatus, how's everybody doing tonight? How you feeling? You been having good dreams lately? Okay, so one game I always love to play is the fruit game.
So sorry about that. My roommate wanted
Never mind. That's okay. No, it's good because I almost had to explain the fruit game to everybody.
What was I saying? If you're looking for cringy vegans, cringy. Yeah, we're just really calling out the cringy ones who make y'all look bad because, like I
Right,
said
we're only
earlier,
talking about the
the
1%. The
not even
1%.
just the 0.1%, the ones that get attention.
Yeah, we're only talking about the 1%. I support vegans. I support veganism. Y'all doing y'all thing. Y'all out here. I know that's something that's very, very hard. Very admirable.
How do we segue?
Trisha Paytas is a mess. So let's talk about other people who are messes now, shall we? I think that this platform, YouTube, has been around for too long. I feel like all good things must come to an end. And I'm really just waiting for YouTube to go bankrupt or for something to happen and YouTube just ceases to exist.
There's the only reason YouTube is so big right now is because there's no other platform that's actually successful to compete with it. It's like The Sims. There's nothing there to compete with it, so we're stuck with it.
I know it. Why? It's a monopoly.
Yeah.
It's a monopoly. Google and Disney own everything. And
seriously.
And I bet you either Google owns Disney or Disney owns Google.
Maybe.
It's a monopoly. But no one has time to be like, Disney's a monopoly. What should we do about that?
Google and YouTube do need a reckoning.
They need they need an ass whooping.
They need like proper stuff to compete with them that aren't like big, make millions and billions of dollars a day.
This is how I see monopolies. So like although like art movies for us as kids, and you'd see like 3 kids in a trench coat and a bowler hat pretending to be one adult. That's what a monopoly is. That's too much power. That's too much power. It's just too much power. It's just too much power.
How long ago was it whenever Google bought YouTube? Like, how long ago was that? We're old.
When? I know. I don't remember.
Like, I know around that time, Tyler Oakley was still very big on the platform whenever Google bought YouTube.
I was still alive when Y2K happened, so I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my god. Imagine being older than YouTube. We're old. And not a lot of people will be
why like,
oh my god, you're older than
why you gotta put me out like that? Dang, you gotta
I'm older than YouTube.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, people need to stop using numbers to describe history. Use events to describe history. That's hilarious to me. That's hilarious. So you have the beginning of YouTube, and then you have Shane Dawson, and then you don't.
And then you do again. And now we don't. Okay, I don't know. Well, if you cut out. Technical difficulties are great. Oh, and now it's just me. Oh no. Oh no. This is just
child.
Okay. I just panicked.
Child, that's disrespect. That's disrespect. I got kicked out of my own stream.
I saw you disappear. It's like, oh no,
they literally just gave me a little message and went bloop, bloop, and I was gone.
Oh,
And
I
that was the
just
end of all SpacePuffle.
I just had a crisis.
I'm back.
I can't
It's
do this
okay. We're back.
alone. Oh, and like I feel like Shane Dawson's cancellation, just like jumping around to everywhere. Shane Dawson's cancellation was definitely a good thing to come from YouTube. Since we're talking about YouTube events, um, he's been around for far too long, and he's been popular on the platform for far too long. Like, give someone else some space. Oh no, Puff's cutting out again. Oh no. How do y'all feel about Shane Dawson? Just please tell me I'm not the only one who's like despised him for a long time now. Okay, Puff should be coming back soon. There's just technical difficulties on her end. And we're back to a solo show. Uh, but like he's been around on YouTube for far too long, and he's been able to get away with so much crap, and it's just I personally think that his cancellation was long overdue, especially since all the crap that he's pulled. And yeah, and like now his friend of 12 years, Trisha Paytas, which is the other topic of the show, like she's not an angel by any means, but she definitely just kind of like is done with his crap too. Like choosing one of the most, if not the most toxic person on the platform to like over a friend who's been loyal to you through thick and thin, no matter what. I feel like she's in a better place having being friends with like Ethan Klein and Ela and like just the H3 group in general. She's definitely in a better spot, friendship wise, than being with Shane and all the fake people and stuff like that. And even if like she's spilling a bunch of tea and stuff now, don't get me wrong, I don't like Trisha Paytas by any means because she's very problematic, and what she did with the DID community and the transgender community is not okay. But I feel like this is the one time where she's getting a whole bunch of support. Oh, Puff, please come back. I don't want to be alone anymore. um, Shane Dawson and Trisha Paytas are example of people who have no business being famous for no real talent, offer really nothing. Yeah, exactly. They have nothing to
I will
offer
not
other
be
than
disrespected like this. I will not stand for this.
But yeah, Shane Dawson and Trisha Paytas have no real thing being famous like that. Um, it's really just not okay. And I'm sorry if I sounded like a robot for a while. StreamYards is clearly being weird. Um, okay, it's good now. So it just must have been StreamYard acting weird and all that. Um, thank you for the messages on Discord, by the way, telling me my mic was sounding weird.
Yes, bless those in the Discord.
And Jeffree Star has no reason being famous either. Why are we letting all these racist people become famous on YouTube?
You really want to talk about that? Because that that's going to take a lot of time.
You know what? I say go for it.
The last time we talked, I was like 4 hours.
Fair.
I YouTube no, let's make this bigger. Media has this tendency to reward people for doing absolutely nothing or from doing the worst thing from doing nothing. And Jeffree Star is one of those people. So is Trisha Paytas. Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star are in the same boat when I say that you all had time to figure that out. most YouTube stars have no business being famous and wouldn't. I know, yeah, and I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. It's absolutely ridiculous. Um, don't get me wrong. If you're a meme, you're grumpy cat and all that stuff like that. That's funny. You're famous in that way, yes. But Grumpy Cat wasn't out here calling people the N word. That's the difference. Grumpy Cat wasn't doing blackface. That's the difference.
And Shane Dawson said the N words to a black woman's face, and like, I feel like what Shauna did, like condoning it, wasn't okay either. But also, it's not my place. Personally, if I were in that situation,
Shauna. It's my place. I will take his place. No, the answer is no. We don't do that. The last thing. Listen, I've had to grow up in a mostly white community before. I grew up in a mostly white hick town community, being like literally like very like out of 5 black people, most of them were my family. You know what I mean? I've dealt with that before. I understand the pressure, not only in the pressure of white spaces. So I can understand the pressure of white spaces, and being in working in media and film and entertainment. I could see how it's easy to choose to do that. And I don't know what her motives were, but they don't matter. She is a hindrance to her and people like her are hindrances to the black community and to POC communities in general. And that's just not okay. That's just what we're not going to do. And I haven't really seen any POC creators really call Shauna out too much. I know people are like, they mention her very lightly, and I think it's because people know that it's a conversation that needs to be had instead of just like a paragraph worth of content. But she needs to answer just as much for her part in that. But I also do want to say that regardless of whether she was a victim of the industry, or she was doing it by choice because she has some type of like it's like respect for herself and her fellow POC people, I do feel bad for her. I really do.
I also feel like part of why she let it happen was Shane was so famous on the internet at the time. Like, that's not condoning it at all and like saying that it's okay. But I feel like part of it was he was so powerful on the internet, and let's face it, he did pay her for acting in his videos and stuff like that. And so it was a job in LA at that, because you got rent to pay, and rent in LA is not cheap.
Yeah, because this is the thing. That's why I say, I feel like I don't want to be too harsh with her because, like, I don't know. I genuinely want to know how she was feeling during that time, because I feel like when, like I said, I know the harshness of white spaces, and if she was doing that to pay her bills and that was it for her, and she didn't have any other choice, or that was the industry or something, I have empathy for her. There's grace and mercy in situations like that, because that's hard. It's really hard. I just wish that she's smart to not be saying anything, because people are forgetting, about her. you know, they're not making YouTube videos and tweets calling her out saying, come talk about this, that, or the other.
The harshness of white spaces is like microaggressions. Even if people don't necessarily try to be aggressive towards people of color, there are still microaggressive things that people say all the time, like, oh, you don't talk like you're black and stuff like that, as an example.
But also,
And
I'm
it's
speaking
definitely,
as being a POC person in a only white space.
and I'm talking as a white person who has seen microaggressions and stuff like that. Two totally different perspectives. Puff is more valid than I am. Puff will
It's
always be more valid in this conversation than I am.
me. It's not. It's just. It's. I don't know. I honestly, I wish her the best, but I really wish that she would just say her truth, whatever it is, even if it's ugly, because that is a world that needs to be exposed, that needs to be seen, that needs to be heard. And honestly, she probably regrets doing it.
Probably, especially seeing like all the backlash that Shane is getting now. And like, I feel like he's trying to, well, he's not really staying silent, but him being silent.
I wish he would stay silent. Shut the fuck up.
He should stay silent.
For 1 second, will you stop?
Stop posting on your Instagram story every day. But like,
I know, Rylan, we don't care.
Seriously,
Rylan, no one cares.
What he did was horrible and unforgivable, and people are right to be holding them accountable for it now. It took too long, but it is right to be held accountable for.
It's a mess.
It really is. So the same could be said about a white person in a
that's just not what we're gonna be. That's not the topic for this one. I mean, that can be a topic for a different live, for a different stream. I'm open to it. Maybe I can get some more people in here to talk about that. But I mean, I don't
think either of us are qualified for that conversation.
No,
I grew up.
That conversation is a very deep and complex conversation that you can't have in 5 minutes of back and forth. It wouldn't be fair. It would not be fair.
And we definitely would need a more diverse group of people to have that
I would want a more diverse group of people. Whether it's background or education first. So that's going to be actually our answer across the board for any question like that.
Yeah, we're not qualified for that, and just not the conversation to have for tonight.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it lighthearted.
While talking about Shane Dawson.
Right.
Oh.
This chair, can we just give the chair like a minute?
Rest in peace, chair. You're horrible. I hear that, chair.
I just wanted to give it its 15 minutes of fame because it's on my nerves. On my nerves. Ooh,
that's a loud chair.
You working my nerves. Ooh, you working my nerves.
That was a nice run you did there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was in drama club when I was in high school, so
I was in marching band.
Don't you dare.
When I was
Don't you dare. Don't go there with me. We need to have a stream only about marching band.
Oh my god, there's so many horror stories we could talk about.
Horror stories.
The purposely walking army.
Seven Nation Army. Hot September.
Full uniform.
Seven Nation Army can go fuck itself.
Dude, I love playing that song. I purposely learn it on every instrument I play.
Never. Wait, am I thinking of the right one? No, Seven Nation Army is the one I liked. It was the Armed Forces song. That's the
Seven Nation Army is the bum 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 bum.
No, that was my favorite. That's lit. The armed forces, all of the theme songs for the armed forces,
Oh
playing
my
that
god, I
for
hate
Labor
playing
Day
those.
is the hot and the sweat, and everybody stinks and everybody's ugly, and people are like, wow, you guys, wow, wow, nothing. Can
Just
someone
give
give
us
me a juice?
water.
Can someone get me a juice? I need an Arizona iced tea stat.
My blood sugar is low. Get me
My
some
blood sugar is
juice.
low. I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna go in a coma.
I know people. I want you to know that every single year that we marched for Labor Day, every single year somebody passed out.
Well, yeah, that's how it goes. And then there's that sweet kid who purposefully takes one for the team so we can all get water.
Yeah.
Those are the real ones.
For us, the parents had to do that. Yeah, no one in my band was sweet. They were all racist.
There was always this one kid who did it. He was a flute player. He would purposefully lock
That's
his
why.
knees.
That's why it was the flute player who went to get the water, and that says a lot.
No, it was the flute player who would walk his knees to purposefully give us all water. So he would pass out, and that meant that everyone got water.
Because no one else could. If your whole the flute is like, unless you're playing a piccolo, the
flute is the baby of the marching band.
We have one person in our band playing the piccolo because she was an overachiever.
I hate the piccolo. I like how we said we're not going to talk about marching band, and here we are talking about marching band.
Literally. Mess. Okay.
YouTube
mess. Let me see. What else? We were going to talk about...
I covered partially about Trisha Paytas dropping Shane Dawson while you were having technical difficulties.
Oh, that's okay. So I think what else is going on today? What's going on with y'all today? How's your day?
You know, just avoiding all the stupid people on Facebook talking about the politics
storming the
of
Capitol
the world.
building.
Not storming the Capitol building. That one's over.
I don't want to talk about that. I have so many horrible things to say about that.
I got some stuff to say about that, but I'll just sum it up with
It's one of those. It's a deep conversation.
One that's too late to have, I personally think.
Too late to have.
Too late. I said my piece
this
on
is
Facebook.
what I will say about the Capitol building. This is the only thing I'll have to say, and then we'll move on. Wow. If only we had seen this coming. That's all I have to say. That's it. Moving on. Moving on. Do people play games on their phones anymore? Because I've went years without having games on my phone. And I'm going to be honest. I tried to download a phone game last week and I've been playing it and it's the dumbest game.
I have a lot of games on my phone actually, because keep in mind I have a toddler to entertain often.
Period.
So I have a lot of baby games on there, but I also have like those Papa games that we used to play on coolmath.com in school.
I remember coolmath.com. We're old.
But they, the Papa Freezeria and Papa Wingeria, like those games and stuff, they have them for mobile now.
You remember addictinggames.com?
Oh,
all the Stickman games?
Yes. Girls Go Games.
I'm gonna for all the old people in the chat, I have something to say. Let me get real close. I don't want to get too close. Y'all remember RuneScape?
I have RuneScape on my laptop.
Me too. I don't know if I still have it downloaded, but I have a RuneScape account.
Like, I have it on my laptop right now. I was playing it earlier today.
That's so funny. I can't. So
Y'all
I don't know
remember
if we're gonna
Wizard
have a
101?
regular schedule. I heard what you said. I heard what you said. I don't know if we're gonna have a regular schedule, but this is something that we plan on. Don't get any expectations. If you get expectations, that's your fault. This is something we plan on doing at least. What were we saying? Like once a week.
We were hoping for once a week, but you know what? It's probably going to end up being whenever we pump out content, because there's some stuff that we got to research for, and we're both busy adults.
Town. Wait, look. Karina, I honestly, in all honesty, I thought you spelled it like that on purpose, and that's that to me. I'm telling you, that just dates us. Like, I am old. You have carbon dated me. I'm a rock. I am a fossil.
What does that say about me? Because I remember all the same stuff.
Yeah, we've been carbon dated.
I'm younger than Karina.
We're carbon dated. Yeah, but you get more old people points for knowing what RuneScape is.
I play RuneScape to this day. Hey, y'all remember that?
I may not be a fossil, Karina, but I do belong in a museum, if you know what I'm saying. Sometimes you're ready for it, sometimes you're not.
Nope. I was not ready for that.
Yaddy.
But yeah, we plan, hopefully, to have this be a week. Like a weekly thing. But also, some of the topics we want to talk about actually require, research, and we're both busy adults.
I think that we have. I know you don't see them on my channel anymore. We had more podcasts together, but we ended up taking them down. This was very impromptu because that's kind of our style. So having an impromptu podcast, I think we can commit to doing at least every other week. Yeah. But at the least, I would like to do it every week. I think we could do it every week. But yeah. Impromptu one, yeah, that's easy for us. But for like those good ones, where you get the facts. You know what I mean? The statistics. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? No. I want go to hell.
Hey, remember Skate 3?
I'm like, I know where you live.
I know where you live.
But you guys want to hear something else? Pop Tropica. Y'all remember Pop Tropica? I still have one. Oh, I'm just flexing my new mic. I'm gonna be honest. I just got a new mic, y'all.
Sakate 3.
Rune cakes. I'm dead. I'm done. Pop Tropica, Club Penguin, yeah.
Oh, rest in peace, Club Penguin.
Yeah.
Movie Star Planet.
Yeah.
I envy you.
I remember wanting that so bad, and my parents would not let me have it.
Oh, my parents didn't know I had it.
Oh, I couldn't hide it from them. I didn't have anything to lie on yet. But once I got something to lie on, oh boy, did I lie. I lied. One time. First, Herobrine is real.
Herobrine is real. We can fight.
Neopets. I remember Neopets.
Oh my god.
What about Webkins? Yeah.
Webkins.
I have a story. Story time.
Ooh,
so my parents were fucking ridiculous. I was not allowed to do anything that at any age that I should have been able to do. I was like in high school. My parents still had parental controls on the computer. Not on the computer, on the TV. On the computer too. No, on the computer too. There was a passcode.
Oh, wow.
But they had parental controls on the TV. So at a certain point in the night, I couldn't watch anything but Nickelodeon and Disney Channel in high school. And one day, the power went out.
Oh.
And it reset everything.
And you didn't tell them.
And I was holding my remote and I was just like, wow. And this is how I know God was real. This is the moment when I realized that God was real. This is how I knew God was real in this moment. I was holding my remote and I was sad because I couldn't watch Family Guy. I couldn't watch anything that everybody else my age watched. And I was like, if only I knew the password. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to try one time. And I put in 0, 0, 0, 0. And when I tell you my whole entire world opened up as God parted the Red Sea.
Oh, yes, The Last Airbender.
Love The Last Airbender.
We don't talk about the
nerds.
movie.
Y'all are nerds.
We don't talk about the movie. The movie does not.
Yes, we don't talk about that whitewashed piece of shit called Last Avatar.
It was called The Last Airbender, but go off, sis.
It doesn't matter what it's called.
No,
it should be called canceled.
It doesn't exist.
It should be called deleted. That's what it is. It should be called content was deleted.
Hey.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Ong.
Why would you do that?
The Avatar.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that to me? KxngDareBear.
Visible sarcasm.
That's so funny. You know, I think when I'm going to leave this up, technical difficulties and all, because I'm not editing this. None of you deserve it. None of you deserve it. When I get to 1,000 subscribers, then I'll start editing my podcast. Maybe.
Yeah. My name is Ung.
Hi, my name is
My name is Ung, and I'm the Avatar.
That's just
okay, but the CGI was okay. The CGI was decent, and the soundtrack was amazing. The soundtrack is the save. It's not even a saving grace. The soundtrack was really good in that movie. That's the only credit I will give it. It's the only credit it gets. It has a good soundtrack. Puff, don't disappear again.
I'm alive. I'm sorry. I was
okay.
So we don't know what we're gonna call these because I mean YouTube mess works, but we only talk about YouTube mess in like the first 5 minutes. To be fair. Also, there's a possibility. I'm just saying that I might do a few on my own about certain topics that not necessarily specific topics, just when like I feel like it, you know, like the middle of the night, nerd sleep, you know. I might do a few lives. I'm also going to start streaming on Twitch. And if you want the link to my Twitch, it should be in the description. And if it's not, please tell me. And I'll let y'all have it. But once I get a camera, this body's going on Twitch stream. It's going to be great.
Did you get the link I sent you to the camera that I have?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know you messaged me. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know you messaged me today. I had no idea.
It wasn't today. It was forever ago.
That's really bad.
I'll have to resend
that sounds like me though. That's kind of my brand. Is just not responding or doing things on time. What you all missed was after I redid my brand and redid my channel, there was a 6-month gap in content. And if that content no longer exists, but
I
I
miss
mean,
the
if
opera pair.
the opera pair, yeah, I was thinking about keeping it. I was thinking about keeping the opera pair. I might make it public. I have it unlisted though. I'll definitely send you the link so you can watch it whenever you want.
Yes.
It's the only y'all look crackheads going off in the chat down here. What was I talking about? It's the only video I have that's child friendly. This channel is not for kids, and that's when I made this channel. Do not have your kids on my content. I don't want the Parents Association of America bothering me. Mind your damn business. It's not my fault that you sat your 6-month-old baby in front of YouTube Kids and you had to watch a Spider-Man slap another Spider-Man's ass. Whose fault is that? It's no one's fault but you.
Why did you bring up that line?
You did that. You did that to yourself. You did that. Why did you not just turn on National Geographic? Would have been better than letting little kids watch a Spider-Man slap another Spider-Man's ass on YouTube Kids. You might as well just buy cable and just sit them in front of do they even have Noggin anymore? I'm old. I don't know if they have Noggin anymore. Y'all remember Noggin?
Barely.
You had Nick Teen, Nicktoons, Noggin, Nick at Night, and Nickelodeon.
It's called Nick Jr. now.
Noggin is Nick Jr.?
Yes.
Do you remember that show with the hands?
Yes.
If you don't remember the show with the hands, I know how old you are. You were less than 10 years old. Because you know what now? They would never
show that.
They would never.
Oswald the Octopus. Yes.
It would never let that happen. Okay, so let me see if I can let me see if I can. Yeah, Oswald and Zumafu.
Team Umizoomi.
The Backyardigans. Some of y'all gatekeep the Backyardigans, and y'all in the chat know who you are.
Did you know that the voice actor for Pablo is the voice actor for Aang?
You mean Ung?
No, I mean Aang, like the actual voice actor for Aang in the TV show.
I can't understand you because his name was Ung.
Yeah,
Ung or you know what? While we're saying things wrong, let's say everything wrong. You might as well.
So
that's what
Publé,
the Avatar
the
movie
penguin,
was.
Publé the penguin was also Ung.
Oh my gosh, Ung. I'm Pablo. I'm Uniqua. I'm Ung. The whole wide Fire Nation to explore. Now it's time for the comment. You'll see us when we get back. That's literally. So what you're telling me is Avatar the Airbender, the entire show, is the Backyardigans, because that's what I heard.
No, I'm just saying they have the same voice actor.
No, that's what I'm telling you. That's
my rant was my favorite.
Oh my god. That is dumb. That's just stupid.
This was a good character too.
That's so stupid. I love the community. The community. What did he call it?
Community.
The community. I love our community. I'm gonna die. I'm going to end this broadcast right now. I'm about to end this broadcast. Y'all acting up in this chat.
Come on, Titi. Oh, we're all a hot mess.
Kenpachi. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Kenpachi.
Can possible?
Can possible. Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. There's a certain somebody in the chat I'd like to dedicate that song to, and you know who you are. Oh yeah. I'm your face to girl, and I'm will. You can't stop me because
okay, Shigo was my gay awakening.
And there's nothing I can't do. Shigo is the
SpongeBobble. Spunk Bobble.
Okay, in the chat, I want you to drop your favorite moment in SpongeBob, and then because I just have so many. You want to know what show I feel like got slept on?
What?
Hey Arnold.
Yes.
I love Hey Arnold. And when they finally made that movie to tie up those loose ends that they left for like 10 years, you know, we're not hurt about it or anything. I'm not hurt. I'm not upset. You know what I mean? But
I just want to talk.
I just want to talk.
The slash slinging, the hash slinging, the trash ringing.
When he said that he used Squidward's clarinet to unclog his toilet, you don't understand what that meant to us.
That hurted me deep in my soul.
I knew the moment I knew I was going to join band. I first was the marching band episode of SpongeBob. That's what made me want to join marching band. And if only the only thing, you know, the thing my marching band was missing is called a diversity. Escalators. Snakes. Wasn't it snakes? Eels. Yeah, eels.
Eels and escalators.
Remember when the cursing episode?
That's the Eels and Escalators episode.
My mom would not let me watch that episode because she thought it would teach me to cuss. It's
literally dolphin noises.
Nope, she thought it would teach me to cuss. She thought it would, just like one time I had a let me not put my mom on blast in this entire life. I can't.
I guess you're gonna miss the panty raid.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was in the underwear aisle of Target and I was looking at the panties and they were nice. They were lace. They had some anyway. They had a bow anyway. And I was like, you're telling me that the Parents Association of America let little kids make jokes about panties and stealing panties. Stealing used underwear also, which
the early 2000s was a different time.
It was a different time. When I was younger, I wanted to learn how to speak dolphin.
You know what? Me too.
So I could understand what they were saying.
You know what? Me too.
One time I tried to learn Portuguese and it didn't work. It did not work. It didn't work. Portuguese, I was told not to do it. I have a lot of friends in Brazil, and I said, I'm going to learn Portuguese. They said, Puff, no, don't do that.
Okay, this was literally just last night. Don't say that.
Buceta.
Don't say that.
Don't say that. Stop teaching me curse words in different languages if you don't want me to say them. I should not.
Like,
not interacted with this. This is gonna get taken down. Period. Set the period. All right. I love the movie. Yes, me too.
Yes.
Me too. Me too. Patrick and
Okay,
SpongeBob
the first movie, not the second movie that they made. We don't talk about the second.
We don't talk about that claymation. Listen, if it's not the claymation Christmas movies, they should have stopped then when it was in its prime. If it doesn't have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or something in it.
But Coraline is a good claymation movie. Coming to monetization.
There are different types of claymation. There is Coraline and there's whatever the second SpongeBob movie was. That was demonic.
Seriously.
That needed an exorcism.
Quietly reads.
I know. Screams.
I'm gonna regret doing that tomorrow.
What, when you can't talk?
Yeah.
Well,
it is what it is.
What else do you want to talk about?
I have genuinely no idea.
What was that one episode? Wait, there's an episode of SpongeBob, and I gotta look it up now. Patrick said a word that I've never heard before, and especially as a child, I was like, "What does that mean?" He said "epthernum," or something. Oh my god, I have to find it. The cataclysms of my mind are an enigma. Remember?
Yeah, I do.
At some point, I stopped watching SpongeBob because it just got too storyline-less because the original writer did leave.
Yeah.
But there was one episode of SpongeBob where this is where I should have stopped watching. Patrick went to a store and bought a nose and put a nose on.
I remember that episode.
That's when I should have stopped watching it.
Oh my god, that was one of my favorite ones as a kid, and I don't know why.
I wish the one thing, this is so random, but the one thing I wish is that
Emporium.
I remember the show where he did like magic. He went to the magic store.
Yeah, and then they got invisible spray.
Dun 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 dun. Bum ba 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 ba. Dun 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 I don't know what you thought was gonna happen when I started, but I hope you knew that's where I was going.
Oh, when they went to space and had the warm water bottle under Squidward.
SpongeBob, the aliens would like a word with you. That was so funny. And they started talking about warm sacks and stuff, and I'm like, this is not. Twin, right when they thought Squidward was pregnant.
And it was just their hands.
I feel like I wish they would have treated Squidward better. I wish he would have been able to have like character progression a little bit.
Oh yeah, character development.
Right. Like I understand that he was miserable, but you could have had him have a temperament and him not just be like shit on. And you want to know what? Squidward was the indication to us, to the two generations that watched that watched SpongeBob, what we were going to be treated like as adults.
Growing up is realizing Squidward's life made sense and why he was so angry all the time.
Squidward had clinical depression. Squidward had major depressive disorder.
Yes. Growing up, you thought life would be like SpongeBob. Turns out it's Squidward.
Maybe if he was on time. He was only late that one time. Wait, do you remember the episode where Squidward was messing with SpongeBob and said, "I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna be number one." I like Squidward too. Squidward wasn't trying to ruin their fun. He was just trying to stop them from being stupid in his vicinity. And I know what that's like. Let me tell you, Hunty, I know what it's like to have to stop stupidity in your vicinity.
Oh, he was only on time 12% of the time.
Oh, I didn't know that. I forgot.
He's also canonically depressed, not just chronically depressed.
He's also
Edward Squilliam.
He's also like an octopus, right? He's not even a squid.
He's not even an octopus. He has 7 legs. He's a septopus.
You want to know that? So he was a septopussy?
Stop.
What? What'd I say?
You know what you said.
No, I don't. Why don't I need you to tell me specifically
You know
what I
what
said
you
that was
said.
wrong.
You know what you said.
I don't know what you mean.
You do.
I have no idea. Edward, this is why Squidward was a person of color, confirmed. He had rich people shitting on him all day, and was forced to stay in a dead-end job because of his community.
Karina, don't make me put you in timeout.
I know I like this one better.
I have mod privileges. Do not make me put you in timeout.
Woo! That's so funny. That is so funny.
Okay, what does this come to? I don't know.
Exactly what it's supposed to be. These are what our lives are like.
It really is, though. At least the last one we had direction, though.
Yeah, but people still watch that one too, and that makes me happy. I saw it has like almost 100 views.
Yeah.
Yeah. We moving on up to the east side. We finally got a piece of the pie. The beans don't burn in the kitchen. The beans don't burn on the grill. Oh, this is the best live I think we've done so far. This is my favorite.
Well, considering the topics of the other lives, yeah, I understand how this one would be the favorite.
You know, I didn't hurt you like that. You really hurt me. This one is a gusher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wet and gushy. Bucket in a mop. Macaroni in a pot. Give me everything you got. Wet and gushy. Okay, so for everyone in the chat, do you guys want us to do more impromptu ones, or would you like to you're like interested in seeing some of the ones that we were gonna actually prepare? Because there's one, just to give you an example. I love space. I don't know if y'all knew this, but I I have a thing about space. It's one of my favorite things. I don't know if you knew, but space is like my favorite thing in the entire world. So I wanted to do a stream about some Neil deGrasse Tyson shit about how there are black holes, but what most people don't know is that there are white holes. But wait till you see what they do when they get together. You know what I mean?
And then I know another one that was more my style of things. There's a bunch of Titanic conspiracy theories.
Yes. Come through, conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy theory queen.
Did you know I'm an empath?
Oh my god. Really?
I'm sorry, is it too soon or too late? Because I don't know.
I've been told that I'm very empathetic and I always want to help people and I just want to help them and I'm just so empathetic.
That he was an empath and he could feel my pain.
Yes, one does shoot you in the past and one does shoot you in the future. Did you know that Puff is such an empath?
I can feel your pain. I can feel it through the screen. Kiss me through the phone. I'll see you later.
You just made me wheeze.
Oh. 678-999-8212. I have something. I have a fact. Period. Yes. Yes. I have an actual fact for people don't know this. So, you know how in Kiss Me Through the Phone, Soulja Boy gives that phone number, right? After he made the song, him and his team created the Soulja Boy hotline. So you could call 678-999-8212. And you could, it was like a open, like back in the day, you could call chat lines and just talk to random people. It was like Discord, but before computers could do things.
Yeah.
And so Soulja Boy created the Soulja Boy hotline, and you could talk to random people. And if they start boring you or they were weird, you could just press like 7 and it would go to the next person.
God, I remember chat lines. I was never allowed to do them, but
I didn't tell my parents.
I remember them. My sister did them. I wasn't allowed to.
You didn't see it, but I sipped my tea. And that concludes our moment of silence for Shane Dawson's career.
Yeah. Oh. Keep going back to Shane. Oh, Lord.
Because it's so funny. It's just so funny. Watching people get what they deserve is so funny.
Man, imagine making out with your dogs. Can't relate. He's disgusting.
I don't understand. This is the thing. People point out that like he like made out with his dogs and like licked his dog's private parts, but for some reason I don't see anyone calling him an animal abuser.
That is animal abuse.
I'm not saying it's not, but what I'm saying is I have not watched a video where someone has outright called it animal abuse.
People called it bestiality, but not abuse.
Yes. Wow. Dang. If only Shanae were here to save the day.
Oh my God. We don't talk about her.
I'm Jeffree Star, and I abused somebody while they were drunk, and nobody cared. This is the thing with Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star. It's 2017 up until now, and everybody's like, "How could this happen to me? Make my mistakes." Like, bitch, if you don't get eyes, if you don't get the ability to understand the situation in whatever way that you have the ability to do so. Also, speaking of ability, I am going to be adding Portuguese subtitles to my videos because I know that a percentage of my following lives in Brazil and speaks Portuguese, but I'm having trouble because I have auto-generated English, and I realized that auto-generated English, like I knew it was trash, but it's an experience to read, and then you really know, like in your heart, you know. And so I need to fix that first, and then fix that first, and then I have to like there's a choice. You can upload English subtitles or just use auto-generated. So I have to take the auto-generated subtitles. I have to edit them so they make sense, add them in English as English subtitles, and then and only then will it auto translate. Will I have the option of auto translate for my channel for that specific video? And I mean, I can do it. I can do it, but like for a stream like this, I'm just going to like find at least a decent translator and just copy and paste it, because I can't translate. I can't like go through 2 hours worth of footage, correct everything in English, and then have it translate into Portuguese, and then upload it into Portuguese, or even just I just can't do it. I can't.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, like Jenna Marbles, you know, she has people to do that. She has a team to do that. If that's something that she does, you know, I'm just one person. I have the help of all the people, all of my supporters, all the people in my Discord. But I just, you know, I'm going to do the best that I can do to make sure that everybody is comfortable here. This is a very comfortable, safe space for everybody. So I just wanted to let everybody know that I'm figuring that out. And yeah, I just wanted to let everybody, I wanted to give everyone to be excited about something. Well, there it is. Yep, words.
Yep. Get Portuguese subtitles.
I'm getting Portuguese subtitles.
I don't think we have anything else to talk about tonight.
I don't know. It seems like everybody's went to sleep.
I'm falling asleep.
That was the last thing I had that would come out of my mouth correctly. So yeah. Wait, look in private chat.
Okay.
I'm typing the best I can do. That's it. So I can say.
Yeah, you can plug my channel.
Okay. So Nerd in Class will be associated with it though.
I'm alright with that.
Okay, so Nerd in Class, who's also Miles, has a channel called
Smiles for Miles ASMR.
And it's in my description. So go ahead and make sure you check that out. The point of their channel. Why don't you go ahead and plug your channel and tell them what you do?
So essentially, it's an ASMR channel. And what I want to do in the future, whenever I have better recording software and stuff like that, is to record mostly visual triggers for people who are deaf and can't normally experience ASMR, because I do know sign language. It's a way for me to practice my sign language as well as add something to the ASMR community that isn't really there. And yeah.
And Miles has actually inspired me to I always, like I said, I want everyone in the community to feel comfortable. So I did see that there is an option for American. I don't know how it works, but there's an option for American Sign Language. But if I can have, my goal is to have more inclusive translations for everyone. So I'm not sure how to do that, but I'm going to do my best to make sure that that happens. And yeah. You ready to say goodnight, Miles?
Yeah.
So long.
Goodbye.
Okay.